You would like to.
An enormous awareness of the necessity. You know, she says, up until I met you, I always thought it was important. Read another book, get another degree. Precedent ruled her world. How it's changed. You got to use these higher faculties. Now look at, that's where you are. And you know how you got there. You can take a look and you know exactly how you got to where you are. You know. You see, you can look back. These are levels of awareness that we're dealing with here. So you can reflect back on your life. And you can see the twists and turns in the road. We've all had many. Some of us have had really bad experiences. Terrible. You should not regret those. They were necessary to make you who you are, to prepare you to do what you're going to do. You should never want to have changed anything in the past. People ask me if I could go back and do it over with what I know now. I said I'd do exactly the same damn thing. I wouldn't want anything to change. We know how we got here. We're talking about how to get there. And you don't know. And I'm going to tell you, your paradigm is going to want you to kick that out and go back to what you think you can do if this happens and that happens. And you can come up with the greatest rationale of why you should do it that way. It's your paradigm that's controlling you. It's so simple. You see, this is the difficult work. And this is the part that most people just, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. Listen to the lecture. Think about the slide. Rap with each other. Like doing that. Ben's even probably like now standing up and just exposing himself where he didn't want to before. No, he's probably got very comfortable with that aspect of life now. But to sit and take all of your focus, all of your energy, and focus it on one person at your table. Don't let your mind wander. When it wandered, bring it right back. You've got to listen carefully. Is it Gillis? To what Gillis wants. You've got to listen real carefully to that and say, you know something, Gillis? I can't understand what you're telling me. You've got to listen carefully to her. You've got to give her all of your conscious attention. Because she's going to get to a point where she's going to go to every table and say, I want to thank you in advance for the help that you're about to give me. This is what I want. And everybody's going to know exactly what it is. But if any of you back off from helping her, she probably won't explain it very well when she goes to a table. That's the tough work. Because you see, the paradigm says helping Gillis isn't going to do a hell of a lot of good for you. I can see where it helps her, but damn, I haven't got mine figured out yet. I just don't have time. I got to spend time on mine. Why do you think Emerson said the law of cause and effect is the law of laws? Every action will cause an equal and opposite reaction. You cannot help. You cannot put help out without getting it back. You just cannot do it. When you really understand that, that's all you look for, is just look for opportunities to help people. Do you know, I never have to wonder whether I'm going to get the help I need. My God, I've got it coming at me. I got more help coming to me than I know what to do with. But all I spend my time thinking is, how can I help you? I spend very little time thinking of me. Get to know people that know me real well, and they'll tell you that. I really don't. I don't have much time to think of me. I have formed a habit of wanting help. Now, That is what you're shooting at. And I'm going to tell you something. You will not know how to get there. But the very fact that you can see something, the very fact you can think it, even if it's not too clear, that's very.
Good morning, family. How's everybody doing? Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're going to get started here in about 2 minutes. That's 60 seconds. Wait, hold up. That's 120 seconds. Do my math right. Guys, I'm feeling amazing. How y'all feeling right now? Y'all energy 100 right now? Let me see. Drop 100 in the chat if you're feeling 100% right now. The hat has to move. My boy Riker gave me the hat. What you think about that? Matches the brand. Let's go, let's go. I see Taylor got her hat on too. I like your hat too, Taylor. Alrighty, guys. So today we're doing day 4. We're talking about unleashing the God within. We're going to be talking about tapping into that thing called the subconscious mind, the thing that controls 95% of your results. If you're in network marketing, the biggest mistake that you can make in 2021 is not having your teammates on today's call. That's what we're talking about. If you are running a traditional company, you have employees, you have a business partner, you're going to want to get them on this call, because today we're talking about the thing that really changed everything for me. We've built everything up over. Actually, we're just gonna hop into the call. I'm pretty much going up into the top of the 5 minutes here, but we pretty much have been rocking and rolling, getting everything together. Because everybody always asks me, DeAndre, like, what would you do differently, like all that kind of good stuff. And to be honest, like, it's very simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. What Jim Rohn says, and you'll hear me say this multiple times, because it's really true. What's easy to do is easy not to do. It's easy to go for a walk around the block. It's easy to eat an apple a day, and it's easy not to eat an apple a day, and it's easy to skip the gym. It's easy to get up at 5:55 a.m. I'm on my 3rd day at 5:55 a.m. And it's easy not to. It's easy to just sleep in and hit the snooze. And see, that's what we're talking about, is that programming. But if you're programmed to be a certain way, but you don't have a direction, you don't have a goal, you don't know where you're going, it doesn't really matter. Well, what do you want? Well, it doesn't matter. You don't know where you're going. So in day 1, we talked about setting our foundation. Let me see your goal cards. Let me see those goal cards, family. Let me see those gold cards. I see Taylor has hers, Brian has hers, Mel. I'm going to start giving extra points to the people who have their Saxton Seminar gold cards. Who's got the Saxton Seminar gold cards? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Remember, guys, hit those cameras, because cameras keep you accountable. When your camera's off, you're probably doing something other than being on the call. Why am I getting up at 5:55? Because 5 a.m. is like pushing it, because usually I was waking up at 9. And to go from like 9 to 5, that's a push. But 5:55, that was reasonable. And I had to go to bed and get my 8 hours. So I'd go to bed by 10 o'clock. I'm a late night person. I love to stay up till 1 in the morning kind of vibe. So to like going to bed at 10 is already pushing it. So I'd have to go to bed at 9 to get up at 5 in the morning. And I'm not ready for that life yet. You know, I'm gonna work my way there. But that's why 5:55. Got off track. All right, setting your goal. That was lesson number 1, right? We got our goal. This is our vision. Day number 2, we talked about our conditioning, our programming, our subconscious mind, and our paradigm, and how that really has exclusive control over our results, because it dictates our habits. And our habits, our unconscious habits, are the ones that are producing this thing called our outside results, our outside world. Yesterday, we talked about, that was the secret genie. Yesterday, what did we talk about yesterday? What was yesterday? I forgot. I was just going in. Oh, law of vibration, law of attraction, right? So I told you how changing the images that you're holding in your subconscious mind will ultimately change the things you're attracting into your life. We learned that the law of attraction is a reactive state, a reactive law, not a primary law, but a reactive law. The real active law is the law of vibration, which states that the energy you're putting out, you're on a certain frequency, you're on a certain thought level, And the energy that you're emitting from an emotional standpoint are feelings, right? Feeling is a secret. That we are then attracting like people, situations, circumstances, and finances to meet us at that same level. Think of a Wi-Fi signal. When you tap in the password to the Wi-Fi, you are now unleashing the abundance that is flowing through that Wi-Fi. But it's been in the room the entire time. There's probably 10, 20 or so Wi-Fi signals flowing right by you right now as you speak. And guess what? So is the thought energy of you getting to that dream income. So that leads us to today, day 4. Drop a 444 in the chat. We are on day 4. It is Thursday. OMG, how's your week rocking and rolling? This week has been amazing for me. Not because of, I think just because I changed. I started waking up early and I've seen so many different changes. You know, I've been in the gym 3 days consistently. I've been, my income has shot up. My emotional consistency has shot up. I'm not gonna lie, last night I went to bed like kind of like for the first time ever. I think I got tested. I went to the bed last night, like kind of worried, like, oh my gosh, like, because there's two kinds of worries. There's kind of worry of like, oh my God, how am I gonna pay rent kind of worry. And then there's a worry where it's like you want to expand, like you're doing good, but you just want to get to the next level. And you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what I'm talking about? That. So that was me yesterday, and I knew I couldn't go to bed on that energy. It was like 10 o'clock. I was going to bed, so I got up and I was like, no, I'm not. I put on my little incense. And I got out a notebook and I started writing 15 times slowly. It took me about 30 minutes. I was like, I'm so happy and grateful. Now that my PGI consulting business effortlessly attracts 50 TIR clients and $400,000 a month. And I wrote that down with emotion. And I went to bed in a whole different frequency and woke up excited again. So you have to be able to shift those emotions. You have to be able to shift because stuff like that's going to happen. Think about this. I've been studying this. I said this more than anybody probably on this call, unless you're Bob Proctor on this call. I study more than any of you guys with this because this is my business. And even myself, I feel myself getting hit with that stuff, but I know how to respond, not react, respond. I write like 100 miles per hour. Yeah, you actually want to write it slowly. If anything, you want to write it with your non-dominant hand so you can focus on what it is. You remember, you're creating the image of the emotion. Just writing it's not doing anything. You want to create the image and the emotion behind it. So I was studying this morning, and I found this better version of a better definition of the law of attraction. Law of vibration. I like this definition. It's in another program Bob has. Called Lead the Field. So those 2 programs that I offer as a consultant with Bob. It's Thinking into Results and Lead the Field. So write this down. I like this one a lot. Law of vibration states that there's an infinite amount of levels of vibration. As you raise your level of consciousness, you mentally move onto a higher frequency of thought and are operating with a higher level of awareness. Your awareness level is always reflected in your results. Always reflected in your results. I'll read it one more time. Law of vibration states that there are infinite amounts of levels of vibration. As you raise your level of consciousness, you mentally move on to a higher frequency of thought and are operating with a higher level of awareness. Your awareness level is always reflected in your results. I remember I had just finished my first $200,000 month. So, but I remember when I had my first 100K month, the vice president of Bob's company, Raj, said, anybody can do it one time. Anybody can hit 100K in a month one time, but can you do it consistently? So I did 100K my first month. My second month, I did 240,000. And I remember talking to Bob, like, man, I was on a roll. If I was rocking and rolling like this, I'm ready to get to $1 million a month. And I was on the phone with Bob, and I was like, Bob, this is my goal. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, hold on. DeAndre, what you're really seeking, you're not really seeking more money. You're not really seeking more clients. You're not seeking anything that you just told me right now. What you're really seeking is awareness. When you begin to seek awareness, everything starts to come together. As you raise your level of consciousness, everything comes together. And that's what Bob told me. I even got it tatted on my wrist that same month to never forget. Seek awareness. That is the answer to all things. When you wrote that problem down that you thought was your problem a few days ago, that really isn't. As you've been here with me the last 3 to 4 hours over this week, you've come to the awareness level. that it is not the problem, that you simply have to raise your consciousness. As you start to raise your consciousness, you raise the thought level that you're on. And as you raise your thought level, you're getting new ideas from your subconscious, from the spirit, from the energy, from this power that's flowing into you. You're going to be able to tap into new ideas that will then skyrocket your business. Do you realize that it doesn't matter? It's irrelevant what business you're in right now. It's irrelevant what industry you're in, but yet these principles still lie true because it's you, your psychology. That is the most important thing. So that was the biggest thing I got today. And I wrote this down. I want you to write this down because that was the law. That was the theory. But now you have to put this into action. So most of you, drop a money sign in the chat right now if you're here to increase your income. Drop that money sign if you're looking to increase your income. Get my writing pad. All right, I'm seeing a lot of dollar signs here. Okay, so let's take that definition and let's personalize it to your life. So write down your income level that you want, that you desire, not where you're at, but what you desire. And here's what I wrote down. And you're gonna write down your version, and this is what you're gonna take away from today's call. For me to expand my income to blank, desired. For me to expand my income to blank, the income that you want, per month, per week. I would just focus on the monthly or the week, the monthly or the weekly, maybe quarterly at most. But annual income, like if you're like focusing on the annual, I feel like you're putting it too far out there. To me, I always just try to like get to a certain income monthly or weekly, like 100K a week, 100K a month, 50K a month, 20K a month, whatever it is. But to say, oh, I want to go, I want to do annually, like you're putting it too far out there. All right, for me to expand my income to blank per month, per week, I must simply, and I put simply in all capital letters, I must simply expand my awareness by raising my consciousness. For me to expand my income to blank per month, per week, I must simply expand my awareness by raising my consciousness. So I'll read you what I put. I actually put a little bit more like specific things I'm looking for that I want. So for me to expand to 100K per week and get my McLaren 600 LT, I must simply expand my awareness by raising my consciousness. That's it. That was a big revelation that I had this morning, because even then, like right now, I'm in a position where it's more leadership. I'm pouring into my coaches, my team, my infrastructure, building out systems for my consulting business. And I realized for me to get to 100K a week, it's not going to come from a system or a certain Facebook post or Instagram post or how many followers. It's going to come from me simply raising my awareness level to the fact that if I have 100K a week awareness level here, then I will have it here. So by rating that statement, you will always keep in the forefront of your mind, what is your focus on a daily basis? Yes, there's a strategy. Yes, there's that. But there's also the thinking process. The only reason you're not at that income level that you just stated right there is because you're not thinking thoughts of a person at that level. If I take my paradigm, my thinking, and I put it into each one of you, you will have my income. It's that simple, regardless of what business you're in. The business doesn't matter, because you think it's like a Wi-Fi. When you put in a password, it flows. So if I put this income inside of Taylor, Taylor will raise her income to where I'm at in whatever business, whatever industry she's at. But how do you do that? Study, awareness, study every day, especially because I'm getting up at 5:55 now, I have a deep hour of study. It's not just a half-ass hour of study. I'm getting distracted. I want to go do other stuff. Like it's so quiet. It's still dark outside. So I'm sitting here at my desk and I'm studying. I got some nice like lo-fi hip hop music playing in the back, and I'm just studying for an hour, getting them notes done. Each day you want to carry about your life with the attitude as if it is already done. as if it is already done. Acting as if is the key to freedom. The law of assumption, assuming it is done, is the key to freedom. Are you ready? Are you ready to have the life that you really want? Have you convinced yourself that you're ready for change? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? A little bit later on, you're gonna hear from my boy Kelson, because he became one of my first clients about a year and a half ago. He's known me when I was sleeping on an air mattress. He had an air mattress. Oh man, that was a crazy story. So I just came back from Colombia. I had like literally like $98 or something like that, between $70 or $90, something like that. And I was in Miami, and I was on the phone with him, and I was telling him this, and I was like, he's like, dude, you got to come to my crib now. Like, you don't have enough money to be down there in Miami. And he lent me $100. I packed my car and I drove from Miami over to New Jersey. It was freaking cold, dude. I will never do that cold shit. I don't know how y'all people live in the cold. Like, we have freedom, we have willpower, and y'all be living in the cold. I don't know. I don't understand that. I live in the South, whether I'm in San Diego or whether in Miami. I digress. Anyways, it was cold as hell up there, and he had a 1-bedroom apartment right there in New Jersey. And I was sleeping on an air mattress, and I knew I was gonna make it. So I even took a little picture of this little air mattress and stuff like that. You see, I was living like that for a minute, and I got tired. I got tired of that. Some of you might be operating in a good enough kind of energy, and that's why you're not expanding. You know what's the scariest zone? Because most of you are going to do pretty well for yourselves, because you guys have a lot more awareness than the average person, because you're developing yourself. If you go to like certain sections of like, the hood or something like that, like they're not even, they don't care about this stuff. Like, there's just, it is what it is. But you guys on this call, entrepreneurs in general, can be caught in one of the scariest zones, because those are people, like Meek Mill says, the people that don't know that they don't even know. Like, we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people that know, but they don't even know what's going on. Like, you guys are comfortable. That's that like middle class, $100,000 to $250,000 a year. You don't have a C-class Mercedes. You might have an E-class, maybe an S-class Mercedes, right? You maybe have a G-Wagon if you leased it, right? You're just in that looking rich kind of area. And there you can be stuck. And that's where I was stuck probably for like the last 9 months. That's probably where I was stuck for the last 9 months. If I wanted to go to a club and it was $1,000, $1,500 for a bottle, it wasn't important. I have a GTR, I got a Range Rover 25, I'm doing, whatever. So I was in this weird, like, kind of zone of comfortable. And right now, you know what might be your problem? You might be comfortable. You haven't made the decision to go out there and change shit. You haven't made the decision to go out there and change shit. Are you really ready? Because the moment you decide, I swear 14 days from that day, your life can completely change. I've noticed in my life, when I'm manifesting something and I'm doing it the correct way, it's within 14 days. Within 14 days, it happens. My man, Mike, drop a one in the chat if you're on the call. My man, Mike, because you guys have been hearing from me now for the last couple hours, but I want to introduce my man, Mike. Mike and his wife, Taylor, they just had their second baby. So you'll hear from Taylor a little bit later. Taylor's an angel, but Mike's a go-getter. He's the alpha. And then Taylor's out there in her alpha female energy, right? Just beautiful couple. I wouldn't be here without them because they poured into me when I was just figuring stuff out. So Mike, I'll tell a story really briefly. Mike, you're going to have about 3 to 5 minutes, so don't take too long. I want you guys to hear from Mike. So when I met Mike, he actually saw me when I was with Neno in the morning, that period when my business took off, right? From scratch. And Mike made a decision, right? He'll tell it, but he made a decision he wanted to work with me. And I remember I got on a coaching call with Mike and I said, hey man, like, let's get started. Here's the price of the program. And he balked. Because to work with me is not cheap. It's not cheap to work with me. I'm not cheap, but I will get you results. And so Mike said no the first call. He said no. Even though he had the money, he said no. I called him back the following month and he lost all the money that he said he had. He actually went backwards, just like I told him. Because if you let money dictate your decisions and it's a negative decision via law of attraction, what energy are you operating on? Scarcity, lack, which means that you're going to attract situations for the money to leave. And sure enough, he lost all the money. So when I got on a second call with him, I said, you know what? Are you ready? He's like, you know what? I have a choice. I either pay rent, DeAndre, I have a 6-month-old baby. I just lost my job and I'm with my girl. I either pay rent or I pay you. Is this going to work for me? And I said, yes, it is. Why? Because I knew it changed my life. And he didn't pay rent. He paid me. And I'm not going to lie, for the first 30 days, he struggled. It takes a minute to get this stuff. Daily. Just hopping on Masterclass, like I can't serve you guys at the highest level. But working with me daily, I can. 30 days, I'm not going to lie, he was late on his payment. You know what's funny? About 2 weeks after that late payment, he was earning $40,000 a month. Just this week, in the last 10 days alone, with me part-time, I paid him out almost $30,000. He'll have over $50,000, $60,000 a month. So whether you want to talk about earning things tangibly in finances, or whether you just want to talk about the spiritual relationship growth, that's what you have here. My man, Mike, are you on the call? I think I have to tell the family, how has your experience been learning this information? Because I can sit here on the call. Where you at, Mike? I can sit here on the call and just teach you guys more, but I think you need to hear some testimonials of other people on their journey so you can sink it a little bit deeper. Mike, I just unmuted you, my man. Go ahead, take over. Three to 5 minutes, man. 3 to 5 minutes.
All right. Guys, drop some sevens if you're vibrating high right now, if you're getting this information and you love it. Okay. I just want to share with you guys, my experience here in, doing the program with Thinking Into Results. We started out, and I just want you guys to really, really realize where we came from, because a lot of you are probably in the same position. You probably don't have a lot of money. You probably don't have the money that you want, at least. And that was the position that I was in. All right. It was about 1.5 years ago. Taylor and I, we both decided to quit our jobs. Okay. So when I say I quit cold turkey. I didn't put 2 weeks in. I didn't do any of that because I was going all in on entrepreneurship and I was going all in on business. And at the time I was just studying Kevin Tradeo, and I heard about Bob Proctor. I watched The Secret. I hadn't really read any books or anything, but that was all the information that I had. So every morning, all right, you guys got to understand, after I quit my job, there was no more income coming in. Okay. I would put money into trading. I would put money into my business and money would leave. All right. The money was not growing. I want you guys to realize that. So I did it backwards. I didn't wait till I was nice and had some good checks saved up before I quit my job. I just quit my job because I knew that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be at home with my daughter. I wanted to be at home with my fiance. I wanted to be able to have that relationship with them. And so it was a time period where we had no money coming in and I had to apply for unemployment. We applied for unemployment. For those of you who have experienced unemployment before, you know that it takes 6 weeks to get it. So for that, I was waiting literally 6 weeks before I got an unemployment check, before I even got approved. And in those 6 weeks, there was absolutely no money coming in. I used the rest of the money on what I had and the rest of our credit cards to spend on groceries and things like that. So at the time we were hungry. That's all we were, was just hungry. Every morning we would hop on Mornings with Neno. Every single morning we're on Mornings with Neno getting information, because if you guys know who Neno is, he talked about the spiritual side of success. And that was the first time I had ever heard it from a different perspective. Okay. So at that time, all right, Nino, one day he had DeAndre on the call. And when I say that this man's energy was on a different level, I immediately saw that about DeAndre. I saw that about him because on Nino's call, he told him, he said, Nino, you're no longer averaging 500, 600 people on your calls anymore. Say this with me. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm consistently averaging over 1,000 people on my morning calls. Guys, I want you to realize the very next morning, after that call was done, the very next morning, Nino was averaging 1,000 people. He had I think like 1,300 people on that next morning call. And from there on, he continued to have multiple thousands of people. Now he averages 4,000 people on his morning calls. So for me, I was like, bro, I have to work with this guy. Like, first of all, he attracted Nino on a call. Then he raised his belief level. And now Nino's chairman 25. So for us, it was like, yeah, we got to do it. And like D said, whenever we hopped on that first call, all right, I had the money, but we didn't do it because I had to pay rent. And I had all these outside things coming in. I had all these outside excuses on why I couldn't. And I was making excuses on why I couldn't instead of why I should. And like you said, we didn't do it the first time. And all that money, instead of putting it into mentorship and instead of putting it into the information like I really wanted to, we put it into investing. And since I didn't have the mindset, the investments didn't matter. The investments did not matter. I put the money into the investments failed. Okay, so the next month we finally got unemployment. And the next month my unemployment check came in. All right, I had about $1,400 from that. And then I had just made about, I would say like $300 or $400 from a trade that Mike had called out in the morning, and Taylor had some money in her trading account as well. And so we had just enough money to do it again. And so D asked us again. He said, "Hey guys, I know you guys were struggling last month. You said you wanted to invest it. How did it go?" It failed, and it was so embarrassing to say that. So long story short, the second time we went ahead and did it, and like I said, I did not pay rent. All right, wasn't no rent. It wasn't no bills, wasn't no phone bill, no nothing. I decided to go all in on this information because I knew that information changed the situation. But when are you going to make the change? Okay. So you have to ask yourself that. When am I going to make the change? When am I going to be tired of being tired? Because I did it. All right. I did it. And within 30 to 45 days, I made my first $60,000. Okay. And it was surprising to us because it was like, whoa, where did this money come from, bro? Like, I was literally broke down on my ass. Like, I didn't have nothing. I had absolutely nothing, no money. Okay. So guys, all you have to do literally is just make a decision. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm here to bring awareness to you, and that to tell you that if you're tired of being tired, then you need to make a decision, because that's all any one of us did. Any one of us. That's it. All right. So I love y'all.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Information changed the situation, boy. I wrote that one down. Man. Yo, big Mike, my brother now. He started in the program, a coaching program. Then he upgraded to my one-on-one. Then he's like, dude, I got to teach this, and became one of my coaches. So it's really awesome. And then a little bit later, you're going to hear from Taylor with their beautiful feminine energy for all the ladies on the call. Where are my ladies at? Drop a one in the chat. Where the ladies at? Let me see where your girls are at. So you're going to hear from Taylor a little bit later. All right, so let's hop into this. Drop a 3 in the chat. Show some love for Mike while I set this up really quick. Yeah. Mike, drop your Instagram. And also, one of my coaches, can you drop my Instagram in the chat? Thank you. All right. We're going to use red. Oh, I can make it bigger. Dope. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. We thick now. Now we can actually see this. Cool. All right. So we talked about the secret genie or the stick figure. We realized that this big circle, it represents our mind. This bottom circle represents our body. This top part of the mind, let's focus on this for a second. We're going to have this upper part. We're going to call this the conscious mind. This bottom part, we're going to call this the subconscious mind. What percentage of our results is controlled by our thinking mind, our conscious mind? Drop in the chat. What percent of our results is controlled by the conscious mind, the thinking mind, the mind that we've been using our entire life? 5%, correct. Which means, therefore, that the subconscious mind controls what percentage of our results? If you guys are doing the math correctly, 95%, that is correct. And then we have this body. Now, this body is a molecular structure that's vibrating so fast that it seems to form be still. And the emotions that you're holding here in the subconscious mind must, by law, express themselves. Whatever is impressed upon the subconscious mind must be expressed in the body in the form of vibration. That vibration, and if something is moving, it's oscillating. Another word for that is action. Man, I love this. Like, for the longest time, I've been writing, probably for like the last year, and I never knew I could write with a thicker like marker. Like, this makes it so much easier to write. Amazing. I expanded my consciousness today. How about that? Found out something new. So action. And we realized yesterday that the law of attraction is what kind of law? What kind of law is the law of attraction? Let's see. Pop quiz. Reactive. Exactly. That's the first time you're going to hear that. You're not going to hear that from anybody else. That's Saxton Seminars teachings for y'all. We're building our own brand here. That's right. Law of attraction is a reactive energy, because the law of cause and effect states that whatever energy you put out must come back. So if we're acting in alignment with the emotions that we're holding here in this subconscious mind, by law, we must get an equal and opposite energy coming back towards us, then producing results that are in alignment with that initial energy, that initial image here. So we learned that yesterday, but I want to introduce you guys a couple things, because in a minute we're going to do a visualization, and it's going to be key to tapping into your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind understands two languages. Two languages. Who knows what those languages are? So this part that controls 95% of the money you're going to earn over the next 90 days, the rank you're going to hit, the income level, the quality of the employees, quality of your team, whatever industry you're in, 95% of those results are going to be controlled right here. Do we know how to communicate to this part of the mind? There's two languages. Let's see. Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat right now? Emotion and images. That is correct. Emotions. Well, I would start with images, number one, because without the image, there is no emotion. Image and emotion. That's why when you read the book, Think and Go Rich, or you're reading all these books on spirit or whatever it is, and maybe you write a goal card, maybe you do something somebody says, and it doesn't work, it's because maybe you're missing one of these two. Maybe you had an image, or maybe you just had a goal, but you weren't getting emotionally involved with it. And we understand that this is the emotional mind. So with a detailed image, which is that script we wrote, what was yesterday's homework? Catch up on the homework from the last prior days. And what were those? Have a goal, have a script, detailed image. That way today we can emotionalize it and plant it in to the subconscious mind. So on that script, on that goal card, you have an image of what you want your life to look like. In a minute, we're going to do a 10-minute visualization, a guided meditation that we will then post inside of the group chat that you guys can do on your own. I do this every single morning. It's 10 minutes. Everybody has 10 minutes to do this. Everybody has 10 minutes. If you don't have 10 minutes to do this, 10 minutes to do this, then you need to do this even more, because you're all over the place. We're going to visualize and see ourselves as if it is done. The law of assumption, assuming it is done. You're going to be in the present state. Remember, I talked about in the subconscious mind, there's only now. There's no future. There's no past. There's only now. That's why this part of the mind can only accept. Because it can only accept because there's only now. So when you do this visualization, it is important that number one, you bring to the screen of your mind that what you want. If you need to get your script out right now, get it out. You want to bring to the screen of your mind that what you want. It is important when you do this that you feel the emotion as if it is done. Not that you want. If you ever say, I want something, by law, you're declaring that you are not. If you are trying something, by law, therefore you're saying you are not. There has to be the I am in everything that you want to become. By stating, I am so happy and grateful now that, boom, you bring this image on, you're now going to tap into a new frequency, a new vibration, what we talked about yesterday. So here you are, here's your current state, and you're moving along this level of vibration based on the feeling that you have right now. Feeling is the what? Feeling is the secret. And out here is your desire. That is also on a certain frequency. So by visualizing, what are we actually doing? And if without the feeling, this only works if you are in the feeling. How do you get the feeling? By having a detailed image. We're let this blue line represent a visualization over the next 10 minutes here. We're moving along this line and we're going to start a visualization practice. We're going to start to act as if I am here. What are you? You are now on this new image that you've created. And you will now begin to move along this line of the wish fulfilled. When you come back from your visualization, you're going to come back to your old life and then keep going. The longer you stay here determines the quality and the quickness that your visualizations will come. For me, it took 7 days to get to 100K a month. Well, I mean, from the moment I started visualizing, like 10 days, maybe something like that. 7 to 10 days. 7 to 10 days, then Neno reached out to me and then I did 100K in 17 days. Okay. The longer, the more frequently you do this throughout your day will determine the quality and the quickness that your manifestations come. There's a science behind getting rich. It's not a meme. It's not by dropping a 3 in the chat of that Instagram post, money's going to come. That's not how it works. There's a science behind this. Does anybody have any questions before we hop into the next part? Any questions? Drop, you guys know how to raise your hand, right? So this is not a question about like the program or like what we taught over the last couple. There's a program specifically about this next exercise we're going to do. Because when we come back, there's a little bit more we're going into. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I want you guys to get comfortable. If you have headphones in, put your headphones in. We're going to do visualization. You don't want to hear people yelling and distracting you and stuff like that. Don't leave the call yet, because what's happening is you guys will leave, maybe change phones or laptops. I'm not going to let you back in because obviously I'm visualizing. So these people that are coming back on the call, they're going to have to sit in the waiting room for 10 minutes. So just stay patient for 10 minutes. It's only 10 minutes. It's really quick. And this right here is the summation of everything we've learned over the last few days. We've taken a goal. We've understood the programming. We got an image. We learned about how this works. Now we're going to speak to the subconscious mind. You do this multiple times throughout the day over the next coming weeks. And this is a major part. There's a lot more that goes into it, but this is a major part of it. Okay. This is like 30 to 40% of things really starting to change in your life over the next coming weeks. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it to the YouTube video. This is the video I use. Her voice is so soothing. So don't leave. There's not a chance to leave. This is me teaching you how to change your life in the next coming weeks. Not a chance for you to go on Instagram or do something else. How you do one thing is how you do everything. What's easy to do is easy not to do. When we come back, I have a special announcement. For those of you that want to hop on a free coaching call with myself and my team, we'll make that announcement after this visualization. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to her and then we're going to come back.
Before you start your
Can you guys hear that? Yes, thumbs up. Can you guys hear this?
manifestation meditation, clarify a particular goal or vision you would like to manifest into your reality. Do this visualization often and you will enhance the power of the manifestation process. When you are ready, either sit or lie in a position that is comfortable for you and take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs with air and exhale. Really feel your feet or back in contact with the surface beneath you. Feel supported and safe, and know that you can fully let go now. Take another deep breath in and tense your whole body as tightly as you can. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Breathe deeply in again and tense your whole body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And last time, breathe deeply in and tense your whole body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Take a moment to feel your center and enjoy a sense of stillness within you. As you lie or sit where you are, allow the vision of your goal to come into your mind. Really see your goal in all its detail, in full color, high definition. A crystal clear moving image of exactly what it is you want. Now step into your body within this moving image and be fully present, as if it is your current reality. See your goal happening all around you and within you, as if it is already manifested into your life. Look around you through these new eyes and feel your new reality. Experience everything, from how your body feels to the emotions within your heart, to all the changes in your physical world. Really feel how this new reality feels to you, how wonderful it is. What is happening? How are you feeling? being. How are you thinking? How does your world look around you? Take the time now to really live this goal of yours and all the joy it brings you. Allow these good feelings to ripple through your whole body, permeating every inch of your being with an abundant, glowing sensation. With each wave of these joyful feelings, you are sealing your contract with the universe that this goal will be manifested. As this new vibration is instilled within you, feel the calm elation of knowing that your new chosen reality is now in escrow and that it is coming to you in divine right timing. It is done. You can now let go and trust. You are abundant. You are powerful. You are miraculous. As this meditation draws to a close, take a moment to feel gratitude that this new goal is now being realized into your life. Thank you. When you are ready, become fully present in your body and open your eyes. This is Jess from Live the Life You Love, supporting you to manifest your dreams, and I love you.
Awesome. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're feeling differently right now. Yes. Taylor, you came to my mind. Nicole. Taylor Nicole. How was it? Tell me your experience. Like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. How was it for you? Oh, I have to unmute you. There you go.
Oh, doing it right now?
Yeah, like how you feel?
It just, I feel like a brand new person, honestly. Like the first time I did it with Nano, it felt like everything was just lifted off my shoulders. Like I have nothing to worry about. Like it's done. Whatever I want, it's already here. Like I literally feel it. Like I'm living that life right now. So it's crazy. And I've done this in the past. Like I've just set images in my mind, and it's actually came true. So I know for a fact this really, really works.
Of course
because
it
it's happened multiple times.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I know I put you on the spot. You can't
Thank
do it.
you.
All right, guys. So there's two kinds of people, because we still have tomorrow's class. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about, I wanted to do today. I didn't have time. We just blew through today. Tomorrow we're talking about the mental faculties, imagination, will, reason, perception, how to use those in your business. But over the next coming minutes, I actually there's 2 people on the call right now. Actually, there's 3 people on the call. Person number 1 is they're excited, but they kind of want to go about this themselves. Whether they think they want to figure it out on their own, maybe they think for whatever reason, they want to go about themselves. The second person, they're like, you know what? I think I want to work with you. They want to work with us directly, right? They're like, you know what, DeAndre, I want to hop on calls with you weekly. Like right now, my clients are going to start hopping on the call, and they're going to start integrating with everybody here. So you're going to start seeing more people join the call here in a second. Oh, by the way, coaches, can you drop in the TIR chat that to have everybody just join in on today's call? We're just going to like roll right through it, okay? Thank you. Drop in the TIR chat. Anyways, that second person, they want to join the program. They want to be like, oh, my clients are going to be coming on the call. Here's what we're going to be doing. And then, and finally, number 3, these are people that I want to give to you guys, right? We have 45 people on the call right now, and I want to give to each and every one of you for investing your time over the last coming hours. And we're not done yet. We still have tomorrow, but I have a gift for you guys. Here's what you're going to want to do. Pay attention if you want to take advantage of this. I'm going to be offering a free 15-minute coaching call to everybody that's on today's call. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Pay attention. You're going to go to my Instagram at Saxton Seminars. If somebody can drop that in the chat, like the actual Instagram link, www.instagram.com/Saxton Seminars, and you're going to send me a message. Send the word 15. Pay attention here because there's 2 words you're going to use. 2 words you're going to use. Send the word 15 if all you simply want to do is have a free 15-minute chat with me or one of my coaches. And we're just going to, provide some guidance for you and kind of just walk you through it. Okay, what's your next step? And just have a one-on-one. Nobody else is on the call with you. It's just you, myself, or one of my trained coaches kind of guiding you in the next step. So send me a message on Instagram, 15. Now, here's the other person. They've been with me now over the last few hours. And they're like, they said, you know what, DeAndre, I'm ready to work with you. I'm making a decision that just this 3 or 4 hours is not enough. I want to get to the next level. I want to be with you every single day. I want to learn from Bob. I want to be more intimate. You're going to go to my chat and you're going to text me now. Those people that text me now are going to get on the call directly with me. And I'm going to be on a call with you for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now, these are people that are interested in the program and working with me. So there's 2 people, 15 minutes. You just want a 15-minute call, get some guidance and stuff like that. People that text me now on the Instagram are people that want more details about going to the next level, working with me for the next 6 to 12 months. So no matter what level you're at, if you're ready to get started with me and learn more about the details of that, text me now and you'll hop on a call with yours truly, myself. Or if you simply, you know what, DeAndre, maybe I'm not there yet. Maybe I just want a little more guidance, tap 15, and we go from there. So while you guys are doing that on my Instagram, Saxton Seminars, Taylor, where are my ladies out? Drop a yes in the chat if you're one of my lady bosses on the call. Taylor, are you here? Let me find you, Taylor. Taylor, how has your experience been just in this information? Not so much as working with me. I'm just a vessel to give to you. But how's it really been over the last year or so, spiritually, financially, family? I think I already muted you. Taylor Hero, go ahead and take over, girl.
It's hierro. You better start following your R's, DeAndre.
Hierro. Go ahead.
No, thank you so much. And thank you for everyone being on the call. This has been such an amazing learning experience over the past year. And I'm eternally grateful for the day that I met DeAndre Saxton. He was the one who fully introduced me to Bob Proctor and his concepts and actually facilitating the information. So I know you guys, everybody being on the call, obviously everyone here is like, you all want to grow and you all want to impact others, and you're reading the books and you're listening to the audios, but you're still looking for more. And that's why you're here. And you're not going to find it by just not having a definite goal in mind. And that is what this program has taught me. It's taught me how to actually study myself, because that is the one thing that people do not want to do. They look at their current results and they realize, like, wow, I'm not satisfied with this. I want more. But how do I do that? How do I seek awareness to the level that I actually want to be at? And that's what this information teaches you. It's literally nothing like I've ever experienced with any other personal development or mentor. And you know, a year ago, like Michael was talking about, a year ago we were down and out. Okay, we were living off of government assistance. We had just quit our jobs, and being in the position that I was in, I was completely dependent on my partner's financial income. Like, I had just had our baby. Our baby was 2 months old when we first like decided to quit our jobs. And I realized, like, wow, if he wasn't around, I don't know how I would be making money, because I'm just here at home. How can I be at home making money? And that's just to tell you that a year ago, nothing was coming in. And now I've literally turned what I was making at 3 jobs at once. I earned that in 1 month. And I'm well off. I'm able to pursue everything that I want. I travel often. I do it exquisitely. I do it with my family, with my friends. And it's literally just raising your level of awareness. And that's what this has taught me. Now I literally get to meet and talk with Bob Proctor once a week. Like that's the man with the plan. We have the same birthday. He knows my kids. He knows my daughters. And that right there was a goal I had a year ago. I told myself, like, next year I'm going to meet Bob Proctor. And understand, by setting that goal, you cannot surpass the level of belief that you have in yourself. So I believed that in 1 year, I could have done it in months. So I'm telling you guys this so you can see it in your goal, your success, whatever you want to achieve. You're not going to get there until you believe you're ready to receive it. You can sit here and wish and hope for it all day, but the moment that you're ready to actually receive it is when you will be experiencing it in the physical. So I'm so grateful for DeAndre. Thank you for letting me be on here. Thank you for helping me to actually uncover, you know, parts of myself that have brought me to new levels of awareness. I'm ready to achieve more. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor, for sharing that. This drop a 7 in the chat for this beautiful couple. Like, I'm single, but I need me a couple. Like, man, I look at that, I'm like, there's hope out here, man. There really is. Like, sometimes you go on Instagram and people say weird things, but your true partner is out there. Don't let what people say, oh, he's for the streets, he's for the streets. Nah, like, there's really good people out there, the perfect partner for you. When I see Mike and Taylor, their loyalty to each other, their growth, the way they support each other, the way Taylor looks at Mike, the way Mike's a man with a plan and loyal to her, like, it's just amazing, like, energy. So, yo, big shout out to Mike and Taylor. I love you, brother, sister. We got so many things to achieve over the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of our lives. So I'm excited. Raising the standards on family. Yes. Guys, does anybody have any questions for me? I know my TIR clients are starting to hop in here over the next coming minutes. I have actually another guy. My man Kelson's on the call. My man Kelson has known me for damn near 3-4 years now, 4 years. So he's known me from the jump, and he can tell you like the big change that he saw in me and himself over the last coming years as well. Does anybody have any questions for me over anything that we've covered? We're not done yet because I'm going to kind of like roll in to my client call right now. But just a reminder that, remember, text me the word DM on Instagram, send the word now. If you're interested in the coaching program over the next 6 to 12 months, you're highly interested, you made a decision. Or if you're kind of like on the fence and you just want a coaching call with one of my trained coaches, send me the word 15 in my chat, and we'll send you the appropriate calendar. That way we know where to serve you at the highest level, okay? Our goal is not to sell you. You're not going to feel pressured or anything. Our goal is really to figure out where you at, Where do you want to go and what kind of changes we can make? My man, Repa, the realist, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my question actually is just so pertaining to visualization. When you're visualizing, is it just like, because there's a few things that I really want right now. The main one being where I want to live, but obviously my income's gonna help me get there. And there's also like I want to drive an Audi A5. That's a black, all black Audi A5. That's what I want to drive right now, right? So there's a few things that I want right now. My question for you is, what should I be visualizing on? What's the image that I should be focusing on when I'm visualizing? Should I have multiple or just the one?
You want to, I flip it around. So like when I'm visualizing, right, like right now when I visualize, I saw how I wanted the masterclass to end. I saw how you guys were feeling afterwards. You guys were excited. You guys wanted more. So I was feeling that right now. I was looking at my organization. I saw that my coaches in our company was impacting more people. And then after that, because it's 10 minutes, you know, you might do a couple times and then maybe start flowing into the car. Then I start visualizing my McLaren, that beautiful purple. I imagine myself opening the door, it's flying up. Like it just starts to flip around. So I'll just go back and forth. But no matter what state, it's always in the first person state, always in first person. And yeah, it's always in first person. And no matter what, it's just about drawing the feeling out of it. Because you want to be doing this a couple times throughout the day. Yeah, I like to feel the steering wheel. Yeah. And here's another action plan. Like I said, there's so much to share with you guys. There's something called praxis, which is mixing your belief with your actions. Okay. That's lesson 8 of our program. And in there, now the next level for you is to go test drive the car, to go test drive it. So I was actually doing this, a quick little story. I was doing this before I ever met Bob. So when I was 20 years old, I wanted a car called a Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG. I was 20 years old. And when I wrote that on my car, you can go look it on my Instagram, like from 2017 or 15, something like that. I wrote it like when I was like 20 years old. And I said, I want this car and I'm going to get it. You know what? Exactly a year later. So I posted on April that I was going to get this car. The next year, same month, within 2 or 3 days, I had gotten that car. You know what I would do when I was in the gym? Damn, I'm just now realizing what I'm doing. I haven't told this story in a minute. I remember going to the gym and I would put like a photo of the steering wheel on the little cardio thing. And I would imagine myself driving this car, how it would feel, you know, blasting down the freeway, what it felt like. You know, on my eBay, you know, on my eBay thing, I had a list of all the cars, all the parts that I wanted. I did this for my GTR as well. Like I had a list of, I'm a car guy. So I like to customize my cars. So I had like Bordsteiner wheels and carbon fiber this, and I had a list. And a year later, I got the C63. And it happened again with my GTR. So I was looking for a GTR. I was like, okay, I had a certain price point I was looking at. I wanted low miles. And once again, on my list, I had about maybe $10,000 to $15,000 worth of upgrades I wanted. I wanted these wheels, this brand. I wanted this spoiler. I wanted this, you know, all the stuff. And I was applying for different cars, and I kept getting rejected for this guy. This guy sold it. And I was like, man, like this is kind of difficult. Maybe I should just go for like an Audi R8 or something. And then out of nowhere, I see an ad for a car. And by you, I live in Miami. And this car was only 2 hours north of Miami because I was searching all over the United States. This car was only 2 hours from Miami. And check this out. It had every part that I had on the list was already on the car. I had to spend zero money to put in the car. I applied for it. It was ready. And I went and picked up the car that week. And amazing. So what was I doing? And this is called the praxis part. So I'm jumping a little bit ahead. You're going to learn this like when you get into the coaching and stuff. You want to go and test drive the car. Go test drive the car. Go put on the shoes. Go on that flight. Go fly first class. For those of you that are going to SummerSlam, get a first class flight. What is it like? I just bought my ticket to SummerSlam, right? First class flight. I already got my whip. I just got a Dodge what do you call it? SRT Hellcat wide body. I already got it. So I'm whipping that bad boy out there because I've been looking at those things look kind of cool. So I got that wide body while I'm already out there. So like when you go, like rent that dream car when you're in Dallas, go stay in the nice hotel, start to elevate and live from the dream life that you want. Oh yeah, pull up in that Rolls, Mike. That's right. So, start to live and mix your belief level because now you guys have learned visualization. Like most, you guys are still on this call right now. Like you guys have learned a lot of the strategy, but now you have to mix it with the action. Don't just like sit here now, but do the visualization multiple times throughout the day. You want to start acting on it. Start acting on the ideas you're getting. Start to mix the belief level. Start to contact the dealerships. Start to find the real estate agent that's finding your apartment. Neno wants to move into the Porsche Tower. I'm pretty sure. I know. Well, he walks by it every single morning. I'm pretty sure he already has a real estate agent. He probably knows the monthly payment. He knows. He probably knows his credit score. He knows this because I teach it to him, right? So you have to mix that. All right, you visualize it, but now you got to go act as if it is done. Just think about this. If you want a particular car, and you know for a fact that it's coming, you would already be doing certain things. Before I ever, for example, my McLaren, I already know what my monthly insurance payment is going to be. See, you visualize it and you say, oh, I want it, I have it. And this is not, I'm teaching you. When I say you, Prem, right? That's your name, right? I remember you, my man. So I'm not saying you. When I say you, I'm just saying like as a subject, right? As a word, not you specifically. So you guys are saying, oh, I want this car, I want this thing, but then your actions are not in alignment. Your actions have to be in alignment with the life that you want. You gotta mix belief with the action. So like that's kind of the stuff we do in our coaching program is I'll sit with Nicole and Nicole will tell me, oh, this is what I want. I'm like, all right, go talk to the real estate agent. Here's the number. All right. Oh, you want to live in Miami? Okay, perfect. What building? All right, awesome. Have you scheduled your tour yet? Have you done this? Have you done that? Like we're going to get her uncomfortable to the point where it must come because she's now living at a different frequency. That's where like the additional coaching and stuff comes into play. And that's what a lot of people miss when they try to do it on themselves. They're missing little pieces here and there, Awesome. Did that answer your question, my man? Cool. Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? Because now we're going to start flipping over into the next level here. Remember, guys, while we're waiting, actually, you know what? For those of you that stayed, I'm going to actually probably, let's see. Because I have my clients on the call too. I use the same link. I'll figure it out right now. Maybe I'll give you guys a little bit extra sauce today with my clients. But yeah, guys, if you send me a DM now, nobody wants to leave. I know. That's so funny. Nobody wants to leave. They're like, man, I want to get in with the clients. Hey, you know what? TIR fam. I'm gonna ask my TIR fam. For those of you that are my clients already, drop a 3 in the chat if we should let everybody stay on the call because they're on the frequency as if they're already in the program. Drop a 4 in the chat if you just don't want them to be on the call right now and you just want it just for you guys. Drop a 3 if it's okay to let everybody still on the call stay on the client call. All right, because I have to ask my clients. They paid for it. Like they paid for my time to be here with you guys. All right, but they are giving, they're willing, and they want to share with you guys. So we're gonna hop straight into this week's coaching call, our mastermind. Okay, so it's gonna be pretty dope. I'm actually gonna stop the recording.